Hey kids, what time is it?
What time is it?
It's Community Conversations time.
It's Community Conversations time. That's right. From the beaches of South Florida to the hills of Tennessee. From New York to Hawaii. Tell your friends that Community Conversations is about to inform the next generation with news, without fear, and educate them without opinion.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you.
This 1 hour forum deepens connections, and it provides discussions on a range of topics including social emotional issues, improving relations with law enforcement, post-secondary education, careers, health and wellness, politics and race, inclusion and equality.
Focus on an initiative. Case in point tonight, you all were speaking about gun violence. Since I've been growing up, that's been a thing, especially living here in Florida.
Community Conversations, where it's all about highlighting the talented youth in our communities and the great things that they are doing.
In terms of encouraging women's involvement in civil rights activism.
Community Conversations.
Good evening, news enthusiasts. It is now 7 p.m. and welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Patrick Madison.
And I am Jasmine Wright.
Today, I'm coming to you from beautiful Pompey Park in Delray Beach, Florida, celebrating the 10th annual Go Red event for women, which is an event to raise awareness about cardiovascular health, which is the leading cause of death in women. Now, this event is a major event because we've been doing this for 10 years and nonstop. And now I want to pass it on to Jasmine, who will tell you more about it.
But first, congratulations are in order to 3 employees of the Palm Beach School District who were named Employees of the Year. Recently. For more, we go to Community Conversation Costa Rica Bureau Chief Amelia Tews.
Hello, everybody. It was a typical night in Palm Beach County, but inside the Education Foundation's new headquarters, well, that was a different story. Excitement filled the air as the school district and the Education Foundation came together to recognize 16 incredible educators at the annual Celebrate the Great Awards ceremony. These teachers don't just teach, they inspire, encourage, and shape the lives of their students every day. Throughout the night, applause and gratitude echoed as each finalist took the stage, their dedication and passion shining through. And then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. 4 outstanding winners were announced, each receiving a trophy, a $2,000 check, and a bundle of gifts from local businesses. James Gaviros, president and CEO of the Education Foundation, summed it up perfectly. Quote, "How do you choose just one out of the 24,000 dedicated heroes and heroines who work tirelessly to inspire the next generation?" It was a powerful reminder of the impact these educators have. And as the night came to a close, the one thing was clear. Teaching in Palm Beach County isn't just a job. It's a calling. And these heroes, well, they're living proof of that. Thank you very much. I'm Emilia Tews, signing off.
Before we move on, I want to give a special shout out to Connect to Greatness here at the Go Red event at Pompey Park, who specialize in giving blood pressure readings here in the auditorium here at Pompey Park. If you're here watching Community Conversations here, then go check them out. They'll take your blood pressure screening, and they'll make sure it's accurate. And now we want to give it to Mr. C. Ron here, currently with me as well in Pompey Park.
You're muted.
Okay, you probably heard, as you heard earlier, we're here at Pompey Park. Can you see me in the background?
3 minutes on the treadmill. I felt like my chest was about to explode.
Okay, we're here at Pompey Park. There's right now we
They gave
have
me some nitro.
about probably about 75 to 100 people here.
Your
for
green
the-
screen is on, Mr. Ceron.
Long story short,
Okay, we'll come back to you. Come back to me.
Okay. Well, next up, should I stay or should I go? That's the question for many federal government employees, from correctional officers to transportation workers and public health office officials, are asking after receiving an email from the Trump administration urging them to leave their jobs but get paid through September if they do so by the end of Thursday. The subject line titled "Fork in the Road" was the same Elon Musk used to offer buyouts to employees when he took over Twitter, and is reportedly part of an effort by the government to restructure and streamline operations. According to Axios, as of yesterday, about 20,000 employees, or about 1 to 2% of the federal workforce, has accepted the offer, but the unions that represent them were discouraging it. They, along with other critics, argue the offer may be illegal because Congress has not authorized it. There is no guarantee that the workers will actually get paid, though.
Hello, teenagers. If you missed the last casting of America's Got Talent, don't worry. There is another call where some of the best talents in Palm Beach County. In Community Conversation, Toronto correspondent, not Toronto correspondent, Denia Strawn has a hookup on how to be part of this action.
Hello, everyone. Applications are being accepted for the Lambda Alpha Alpha chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Inc. annual talent hunt program. This contest, open to students age 14 to 18, will be on Saturday, March 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. So if you're those ages, you should definitely attend. Winners will earn a cash prize and the chance to advance to the Florida statewide organization competition with further opportunities at the district and national levels. This talent hunt is an extraordinary platform for young individuals who showcase their talents and gain recognition. Lambda Alpha Alpha chapter has a pillar of community service in South Palm Beach County for 45 years. Recently, the chapter received prejudice proclamations from both the Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners and the City of Delray Beach Commissioners, recognizing their outstanding contributions. Each year, the fraternity awards scholarships to high school seniors planning to attend college, with over $300,000 awarded to date. It's a lot of money. For more details to register, please contact 561-846-1076 or just email jpjones7777@outlook.com. From Community Conversations, I am Denia Strawn.
The Waffle House is scrambling to keep up with rising egg prices. Exactly what's happening? Let's go to Community Conversations Toronto correspondent Roshana Shaw, who has the story.
The breakfast chain says it's adding a 50-cent per egg surcharge to its menu items due to the avian flu outbreak that has cracked the nation's egg supply and jacked up prices. According to CNBC, a dozen eggs averaged $4.15 nationwide in December, but now ranges from $7 in the Midwest to as high as $12 in New York City, with some grocery stores limiting how many cartons customers can buy. The Department of Agriculture says there's no end in sight and predicts another 20% jump in egg prices this year, which could make for a more expensive Easter. For Community Conversations, I'm Roshana Shaw.
Pathways to Prosperity's Blue Harlem Jazz fundraiser is back for its second year, promising an event of timeless music and community spirit. Listen as Community Conversations producer Denaya Strawn tells us about this fundraising event that's packed with jazz, cocktails, and a celebration of collective action. Get ready for the
Hi. I am not in charge of the story. I think it's Sanaya.
Well, would you like to give it a go anyways?
I mean, I'm stealing Danaya's part.
She won't mind.
Oh, hello. Hi. Okay. Get ready for the night of the year. Pathways to Prosperity is hosting Blue Harlem, their second annual jazz fundraiser, and it's set to be an unforgettable evening. This festive event is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Saturday, March 8th at Benvenuto Restaurant and Banquet Facility, North Federal Highway, Boynton Beach. Step back in time to the rich, vibrant era of the Harlem Renaissance and enjoy soulful jazz, delectable cocktails in the company of like-minded individuals. This isn't just a fundraiser, this is a celebration of community culture and the power of collective action. Secure your tickets now at eventbrite.com to be a part of the magic. Don't miss out on Blue Harlem. That's Saturday, March 8th at 6 p.m. at Benvenuto Restaurant, again, as I said earlier, and Banquet Facility, North Federal Highway, Boynton Beach. From Community Conversations, I am Denai Strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to paint the town in celebration of International Women's Month. Let's listen as Community Conversations Denaya gives us the 411.
Yes. The Cornell Art Museum is rolling out the red carpet for female artists to showcase their masterpieces in an all-female exhibition, Mirror Mirror, celebrating women in the arts. This contemporary group exhibition shines a spotlight on regional artists as they delve into the universal reflections of womanhood and their experiences. From now on until the end of February, female artists are invited to submit their creative expressions, be it paintings, sculptures, or digital art that explores the unique narratives of their world and identity. These pieces will form a stunning, juried, and curated exhibition featuring approximately 40 works that mirror the dynamics and an evolving perspective of women. There's a $30 application fee per artist, so don't miss this chance to be a part of an empowering and thought-provoking event that celebrates the artistry and resilience of women. Get those creative juices flowing and let's make International Women's Month one for the books. For Community Conversations, I am Denai Strong.
Attention, attention, students. It is the winter semester, and you know what that means. Earn those A's and B's, and you could be the lucky one to shave Mr. C. Ron's beard at the end of this school year. To keep his beard and hair looking sharp until May, Mr. C. Ron trusts Blanc Men's Barbershop in Delray Beach. Whether you need an afro, mohawk, lining, clipping, or shave, they've got you covered. Visit their new location at 26 Northwest 6th Avenue, Delray Beach, Florida. Again, that's 26 Northwest 6th Avenue, Delray Beach, Florida. Mention you heard this ad on Community Conversations, and who knows what surprises await for you after your fresh cut. Blanc Men's Barbershop, where style meets excellence. Check them out today.
Tired of hearing that the news is all doom and gloom? Well, tune into Community Conversations, where we flip the script. We bring you uplifting stories of kids making a difference both locally and globally. If you know someone who needs a dose of positivity, why don't you give them a call or shoot them a text and let them know that Community Conversations is on air? They won't want to miss this.
No, they won't. And attention, South Florida. Looking for top-notch security services? Look no further than Hunter Sanson Security, offering Class D and G concealed weapons training, tactical self-defense, and much more. For more information, call 561-597-6348. Again, that's 561-597-6348, and ask for Nick. Don't forget you heard all this on Community Conversations. They serve all of South Florida with wisdom, strength, and integrity. Hunter Sanson Security, your trusted partner in safety. Stay safe and stay secure. And now, from the beaches to the boondocks, from Miami to Maine, and from the East Coast to the West Coast, people have been putting everything on pause at 7 p.m. on Fridays to hear their latest commentary on the news of the day. And now, it's that time for Trending Now with Mr. John and Mr. C-Ron.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. I'm gonna get, 'cause it's my freedom.
Brother John, what's going on, man?
What's going on, good brother?
Pretty good. I guess what? My microphone's not muted tonight, so
You off to a good start.
how are things in South Carolina?
Not bad, man. It's it's pretty warm out. Not a lot going on, so it's way different from South Florida for sure.
Tell me about it, man. This is John. If we're here at Pompey Park for the annual Go Red Day, Go Red Night, Go Red Heart, whatever it is. Thank you. Go Red for Women. And I feel so safe, and so my heart, health-wise, I feel so good, and safe-wise, because guess what? I am surrounded by half of Delray Beach finest. Come on over here, young lady. Come on over here. I gotta show them that, John, this is how we do this in South Florida. Come on over here, young man. I have no, they're not handcuffing me. No, they're just here showing support. Who do we have here?
Officer Dolph.
Come on over, Officer Dolph. And who do we have here? Reed. And who's the finest young lady?
Officer Wiltshire.
And for you guys from Orange County, Volusia County, and for sure, what's the one south of Orange County? Kissimmee. What county, Kissimmee? They don't even have a county, but Osceola County, that's one of your finest. She said Osceola County produced her, but anyway, she's down here with us in Delray Beach now. Also, Dolph, great seeing you again, man. What's been happening?
How much, Ron?
Yeah, I heard that you're going to be coming up. Where's Amelia? Bring on Amelia. Bring on Amelia, please. Have Amelia here, and she's in Costa Rica. She's our Costa Rica correspondent.
Hi.
Meet also Dolph.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
And in a few days, actually on the 10th, if I recall, you're going to be holding a
fundraiser event.
It's a fundraiser. I'm trying to. How do you pronounce this?
Oh, it's being hosted at Square Peg Pizzeria in Delray Beach, and the team itself is called Elevate, which is a community team out of Delray. It consists of 11 young men who are 10U team.
And what does 10U means?
Their ages.
Okay.
So they're all 10 years old. Again, they're all local kids within the community. So
are these kids who got in trouble? You arrested them and you have them doing this as community service, or
no? These are young men within the community who basically, as a team dad, and I also have my son in the organization itself, that pretty much just raising them to, learn team sports, and how it incorporates into life itself. I associate baseball. I never played baseball as a young man, but I associate baseball as a gentleman's sport, and there's a lot of things that you play baseball, you incorporate in the real world, whether it's thinking before, making moves beforehand, having knowledge of the game and what moves to make before you know how to strategically win the game. So baseball is not just about athletics, but it's a mind game as well.
Talk to me about the importance of these kids seeing law enforcement officers in this position. Oftentimes they see you guys, it's in another role. They're going to be seeing you on the field, coaching them. How important is this in the lives of these young people?
It's very important. I think as a coach, or I would say police officer, we do play many roles. Most important is community outreach and understanding the importance of your community, and because ultimately our power comes from the people within our community, not just the laws that we enforce.
Okay. All right. And this is going to be what time on the 10th?
So this is February 10th, on Monday. It starts from 4 to 10, and all the proceeds that you purchase at the pizzerias, 20% of it will be going to.
And this will be where?
This is going to be located at. I'm sorry, I don't have the address. It's going to be on in Delray. It's out of Military Trail.
Oh yes, at the 4957 West Atlantic at the Square Peg Pizza joint. Okay. Oh, so they won't be on the field. I thought okay.
This is a community event. It's not a city
sponsored event. Got you.
Community sponsored event, and this is all. Yeah, so it's basically we're gonna have police officers there to interact also with the people in the community, but it's just something that I thought would be great. While we're doing the fundraiser, let's get to know the local law enforcement that are out there.
And the address is 4957 West Atlantic Avenue. That's Square Peg Pizzeria in Delray Beach, 4957 West Atlantic Avenue, for those who want to go. Again, February 10th, 2025, and 20% of supporters' food sales will be donated back to the organization. That so happens to be the same night of the Real Men Bake, John, and I'm going to be baking this year. Can't tell you. Yes. So,
and how are your baking skills, Mr. C-Ron?
Every year they say that I'm going to buy my. Hey, it's better than one of your own, Steve Swanson, spiking the cake he makes and bribing the women so they can vote for him. At least mine would be handmade in front of you guys. Yeah, every year. Rum cake and I like this.
But, we would appreciate everybody to come out, especially to meet our law enforcement officers. I got a great team this year and stuff like that. Great group of people that I work with. So just come out if you can and see their faces.
Great. All right. Who knows? After the event, we may have you back on to tell us about how the event went.
Thank you.
Great. All right. So Amelia, thank you so much.
Yes.
What's this I'm hearing about you going to be singing in some chorus down in Costa Rica?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I'm not going to be here next show because of that. Actually, before the show, I actually leave 30 minutes before our practice ends. In my university, we have what they call clubs, and I'm in a club that's a band. So there's singers, and then there's people who play the instruments, and mostly everybody sings, even though the guys that play the instruments and don't want to admit that they sing, but they sing really good.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we are gonna have a Valentine's Day concert here in our campus. Okay. So it's from 4 my time, and it's until 7 my time. So it's gonna be your time it's gonna start at 5 your time. So
now make up your mind. The last time you told me you were 3 hours behind us. Now it's 2 hours. Well, you guys have time change.
No, it's you guys. You guys are the ones who have daylight savings. Okay.
It's
your fault.
John, it seems like every other month we have a time change in Costa Rica.
Absolutely.
Literally, okay, no. You go to your iPhone, you go to any phone actually, you go to World Clock, you save Costa Rica under there, and now you'll know what time is it for me.
Okay. Well, I'm just being told that Jeremiah, let's go over to PJ. PJ is on the floor. PJ's on the floor out at the. Hey, PJ, what do you
conference room for Mr. Simran.
What are you seeing out there?
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. So I am here at the Go Red event here in Pompey Park. And the main thing I want to show you is Connect to Greatness's help blood pressure screening. Today we have here.
My name is Teresa. I'm with Health to Greatness with Connect to Greatness, and we are making sure everyone knows their numbers and the importance of getting their blood pressure screening to make sure we know, do we have early signs of high blood pressure? What can we do to prevent any cardiac event? So we're also doing some teaching on how much salt is in our food, where should our numbers be for daily salt intake, and also the lovely snacks that we love to eat, making sure that we are eating proper snacks that have healthy nutrients and less salt that would cause any other high blood pressure event. So come on out to Pompey Park. We're doing free screenings until 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that free screenings. You don't have to go to the doctor's office for that.
Wow, I just need to get on a flight, a 3-hour flight.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
It's gonna take you 5 hours with a time difference in Costa Rica. Miss Kenya, come on in here, please. Jeremiah, somehow my the camera is frozen.
Video is frozen. Yeah.
Yeah, the video is frozen, but we can't hear you, good brother. We can hear you loud and clear.
You can hear me now? Oh, you can hear me?
We can hear you. We just
and
your video.
Unfortunately, I have this beautiful young lady who I had her in here last year. And she's back with us again this year, Miss Cherie Williston, and she's the vice president. John, she's big, large, and in charge with the American Red Cross. Like, I keep messing up every year. I don't know why. She's on the big heart in front of me. I don't know why. Anyway, she's with the American Red Cross. Mrs. Williston, it's great having you again this year. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Now, the Go Red for Women movement, John, is the American Heart Association's national initiative that's dedicated to ending heart disease and stroke in women. It is a powerful campaign that aims to educate, empower, and inspire women to take charge of their heart health. Wow.
Amazing.
Now, yeah, talk to me, Miss Wilson, if you will. And John, if only you could see what's happening here. She's giving hugs and kisses all over the studio. Oh, really? Okay. Well, you're back on camera now.
Oh, he's back.
There he is.
So there she is. See how beautiful she is? Oh, he's gone now. Anyway, talk to me about what inspired this Go Red event, and how does it align with the National Heart Awareness Month? Talk to me about the impetus behind this.
Sure. So National Wear Red Day is the kickoff for our Go Red for Women movement, and it leads up to our Go Red for Women luncheon. And so the whole season is basically around educating women around heart health and the risks that women have. Women have unique stages that we go through in our lives. So we have, the times when we are preparing for childbirth, in pregnancy. And we know that when women have any kind of heart disease during pregnancy, it increases their risk of having heart disease later on in life. So if someone has preeclampsia, if someone has gestational diabetes, it increases the risk of having, heart disease later on in life. So we try to make sure to educate women around that. And then we also try to educate women around menopause, because we know that, as our bodies start to change, we get older, we lose muscle mass, bone density. Unfortunately, our hormones are all over the place. So that also impacts our overall heart health. And so try to educate women, because a lot of women, we know about cancers and really do a lot of screenings for that, but not enough women, we realize, understood the fact that heart health and heart disease is actually the #1 killer of all women. in our. So that's where the Go Red for Women movement really came from, and that's why every year we do this Go Red for Women National Wear Red Day to really highlight women's heart health. And then as far as the entire Heart Month,
Right.
So American Heart Month is a month where the Heart Association really, you know, it's like our Super Bowl, our month where we do the most marketing, the most education around heart health in general. And usually we always have a theme for the month. So this year's theme is around our Nation of Lifesavers campaign. It's really around getting people to know CPR, hands-only CPR. We know that CPR is part of almost every single story where someone has a cardiac event and they're saved and they have all brain function, everything once they go to the hospital and come out of the hospital fully intact. CPR by a bystander is almost always a part of that story, as well as the use of an AED. So we're trying to make sure that we educate people around hands-only CPR. We make sure that, you know, if someone does have a cardiac event, we know that they happen, 90% of them happen outside of the hospital system where no first responder is around. It usually happens in a home, it happens in a community center, it happens at work. And so we try to make sure that we're educating everyone around hands-only CPR, because the last thing you need if you're having a cardiac event is for someone to be paralyzed by fear. So we want to make sure that people are aware how to do it and people know how important it is. So that's our theme for this month.
And by the way, John, the person you saw just inserted themselves, that was not a stick figure or one of those art AI. That was actually Miss Go Red herself, Miss Kenya Cheney Madison. Well, how are you?
Good evening.
They can hear you, but they can't see you.
All right, so where do I go?
Right between us.
Yeah, right here.
Go Red. There you go.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kenya Cheney Madison. Which camera? Right here?
I've been looking
Yeah, you look
All right.
Just look at John.
All right. Good evening, community conversations. Good evening, community. Good evening, humanity.
You've been at this for months now. You've been just turning and burning on this thing for months.
So Cherie and I've been teamed up on this one for a while. Go Red is the
So hold on,
passion
you know,
of
you
mine.
mean we have the two big honchos with us tonight, John? Wow.
Go Red for Women as a community collaborative that I'm proud to say that, you know, I was a part of the organizing of it in 2015. It was a partnership that started with my chapter of South Palm Beach County Alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta and the Xi Pi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We did a flash mob out at the Delray Marketplace, invited American Heart Association, a couple health organizations out, and educated community, but it was just an opportunity to really show unity between two organizations that serve in this awareness space. We are community-minded organizations, obviously focused on women's health, but women's awareness for just how do you become happy, healthy, and whole? How do you live a better lifestyle so we can be here? If we're gonna keep these crowns on our heads and stand beside our kings, we gotta, you know, keep ourselves well.
Speaking of kings, I know before John asks his question, I know all the brothers out there just burning because I have the same desire. You keep talking about women's heart. What about men? We don't have heart too. You know, the focus is on women. What's that? Is there a month that you focus on men's heart? I'm just asking.
Are we on our own? I think we're on our own.
John feels the same way too.
Our entire organization is about making sure that we are raising awareness around heart health for everyone. But what we know is that
Because
numbers
February is
show-
Valentine's Day month. Valentine's month, you decide to focus on women.
No, what we know is
Yeah.
that women's heart health is very important because of the fact that, one, a lot of science and research is done on men. So a lot of women don't even realize the unique way that their body reacts when they're having a heart attack, right? So the symptoms in women are different. And so a lot of women don't realize that they're even having a heart attack. So one, that's one of the reasons that we wanted to make sure that we're raising awareness for women. Two, when it comes to cardiologists and healthcare professionals, less than, I think, 15% of all cardiologists are women. So we want women to be aware of their heart health because we want women to really be interested in this and go into the health field. Because at the end of the day, if I'm looking for a cardiologist, I may want a woman who is able to really help me in the way that a woman can. So raising awareness in that way. And you know, again, women are so always taking care of everybody else. A lot of times where, you know, we are having a full-on heart attack, but we've got to rush and get the kids to school, or we've got to cook dinner, or we've got to do all the things, and we won't take care of ourselves. And could be having a heart attack, could have had 1, 2, 3 many heart attacks before we even hit the floor and don't even know.
Can I say something?
Please do.
The thing that really, really just anchored this cause in my emotional heart and in my physical heart was learning that cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women, more than all the cancers combined. So while every cancer that we can think of, from breast cancer in October, we've got pink all month long. We've got mental health awareness in May. We've got all types of causes all year long. But guess what? This one cause, if your heart stops beating, nothing else is going to work, from your brain to your toes. So it's extremely important that we talk about cardiovascular wellness, because it's the silent killer. It'll creep up on you quicker than liquor. Quicker than liquor.
Can you share some of the key activities and highlights that are happening at this year's Go Red event?
All right, sure. So what's happening behind my head right now is a whole line dance class. What actually takes place in this community center every Friday night is a line dancing class that's hosted by Andrea Bruton. And so she's doing a shortened version. So we have about 4 different physical fitness instructors that have come together in unity. They did a warm-up outside at the Digital Vibes bus. They brought us in on a little trail ride. That's why I got my bandana here. I got my little trail ride bandana. So they led us back inside, and then we heard 2 shared stories from survivors. Yes, open heart surgery.
One was a nurse as well.
Yes, she's a nurse practitioner, student at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, becoming a nurse practitioner, but she's an RN and a BSN. She has a family history of heart challenges. And so she shared her story. We also have an elder in our community who had a heart attack recently. And she was sharing that her symptoms crept up on her like back pain. She thought it was back pain until she went to her physician, and her physician gave her a complete physical in the office and said, oh no, go straight to the ER. You're having a cardiac incident. And so sometimes we overlook symptoms. Sometimes we're just unaware of what's even happening in our bodies. So we're having a learning experience, but it's immersive. It's shared stories, lived experiences, demonstrations of how to keep your body healthy, foods, healthy snacks, health screenings. Youth are involved. We've got everybody out here, 0 to 100. We're here. We're here.
And I noticed you have booths so people can go to different stations and get information. Do you have blood pressure screening? And
yes, Health to Greatness, which is a program within Connect to Greatness, a after school time, out of school time mentoring program. They train their students how to screen for blood pressure and blood sugar, and also teach people how to take their blood pressure at home and monitor it as well. So they're giving education, patient
Through a grant
education.
from the American Heart Association. Just throwing that out there.
Throw that out there. Yeah, because none of this happens for free. All of this comes at a cost. So, I don't know how we make the ticker thing scroll across the bottom.
yeah, go ahead and put that down there, Jeremiah. Give him some credit. Thanks to the American Heart Association. Speaking of which, before John asks his question, if folks are listening and a lot of people watch the show on delay, how can they get involved?
So if you go to heart.org, and then on the homepage, you can go to, there's a little tab that says in your community. And if you just put in your zip code, you will see the contact information for your local heart association.
Because we're in 24 states, by the way,
Okay.
and seven different countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to see all of the events that are happening in your local area. We also have in Florida, we have a Instagram, it is American Heart FL, and on I believe it's the same on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, or X. But if you go there, and we post all of our events there. So all our community events like this. We host events in the community. You can always go on to our social media sites, and you'll be able to see all the different things that we have.
Mr. Madison, I know you. Go ahead, John. You have something.
Yeah, I was just saying, in kind of what organizations, and I assume that there are a lot, but what other organizations are supporting and partnering up with you guys?
We're aware of all of these organizations, and that if they scan.
Okay, John. One minute.
And we share information.
What was that now?
I gotta run back inside to help facilitate.
She does not have surrogates who she delegate to, so she has to be there.
Not yet, but this is our passport for the evening. So all of our participants received one of these. It has a list of all our partners this year, and as they are making their way around to each table, they're getting the signature. They'll go in a raffle. However, when you scan this QR code, it takes you to sign in, put in your zip code, and we share all of that information across our partnership. So if you're looking for information from me, Healthier Delray Beach, on behavioral health, all the way to physical health, any one of these partners can be accessed through our platform. So it's important that you understand everybody's working together.
Thank you. I know you got to go. Always a pleasure. So, Ms. Wilson, John, go ahead. Go ahead. You had a question, John.
Yeah. What measures are being taken, I guess, to ensure that the event is both informative and engaging for the participants of all ages?
Well, we just had a hands-only CPR demonstration where we had some youngsters learning and demonstrating CPR, how to perform CPR. And that's one of the ways that we're engaging everyone. And then also the line dancing is fun for everyone. It's a great way to get physically active by dancing, and and then we also have those lived experiences and conversations that are engaging people as well, because it's one thing to hear about it from a medical professional. It's another thing to hear about it from a medical professional who has had heart disease, open heart surgery, and is talking to you from a personal lived experience. And then we also have, the teams that are doing the blood pressure monitoring, the blood pressure checks. They're working with medical professionals to learn that skill, but then also to not only to teach people about what's going on with their hearts and their health, but then you have other teams who are looking at them, seeing them, having opportunities to interact with them, and also, having opportunities to interact with that program that they're a part of.
I must say, I applaud you guys on how this event is so intergenerational.
Oh, definitely.
John, you're talking about 5-year-olds running around with folks in their 80s night. So very good. Now, Miss Wilson, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this incredible, life-changing work that you guys are doing. Now, for people who throughout the year would like to get CPR certified, can they get that done through the American Heart Association?
We have a training center. So if you go to heart.org and go to CPR, there's a section of our website that has a specific CPR information. And through our training center, you can get certified there. But then we also work with different municipalities and organizations to host just hands-only CPR education and awareness opportunities. So there is a difference between like the certification. The certification is you go through a 4-hour training, you get the CPR card, and then there are the educational opportunities where it's just like, let's show you how to do it. Let's practice so that if it happens, you know how to do it. We can either, work with you to host one for your organization, for your church, for your community, or again, you can go onto our social site and see any that we have scheduled.
Okay. Is there a way where the general public can just find out more information, educate themselves, resources, just ways in which they can better prepare themselves, either, of course, coming to the event, but then also just throughout the year? Is there a resource page or somewhere where our listeners can go to learn more about the heart and health and women's health?
Yes, man. Every time I go onto our website, I stumble upon a page and information that I didn't even know was there.
So it's a national website.
It's a national website. It's a national organization. So it's not just heart attacks and cardiac emergencies that we talk about in our page either. The Heart Association really focuses on heart disease and stroke. So we know that stroke is the number one leading cause of permanent disability in the country. And so we want to make sure that we educate people around that too, because the different behavioral factors that are linked to heart disease are linked to stroke as well. So we want to educate the community around that. So if you go onto our website, there's information about how to quit smoking, how to eat healthy, physical activity, different guidelines that we have around all of those different things. There's information about pregnancy and heart health, metabolic syndrome, all of the different things around health. So you can go onto the heart.org website, and if you just search for a topic that you're looking for, there are so many resources that will come up for you.
Wonderful. Anything else you care to add before you go?
Just, a call to action. Go onto that heart.org website. Learn how to do hands-only CPR. There's a 60-second video that you can watch. And that video, it's not the same as if it happens. But one thing we know is that, we just don't want you to be paralyzed because you don't know what to do in an event that you have to save someone that you love when it comes to a cardiac event. So go onto the website, learn how to do hands-only CPR, and then teach it to somebody. That's what I would love for everybody who's watching to do.
And since the last time you saw me, I'm a journalist, but guess what? I even have a record out. So Jeremiah, why don't you go ahead and play that, Jeremiah? Don't cut us off. Just play. Hit it, Jeremiah.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
If you are just joining us, you are watching Community Conversations. We are harnessing the power of remote technology to engage the next generation with news that informs without fear and educates without bias. Tune in and stay connected to the world around you right from the comfort of your home. Community Conversations, where the future of news is now.
Hey there, awesome viewers. Do you value what you're seeing? Here is your chance to make a difference. We need your help to keep Community Conversations on the air. Your support ensures that we can continue bringing you the stories that matter the most. How you can help, you ask? Just a one-time gift. Just $50 can make a huge impact. Or a monthly contribution. Only $5 a month keeps the rhythm alive. Every dollar counts and is greatly appreciated. Your contributions are tax deductible and go directly towards keeping our newscasts vibrant and informative. Donate now. Visit our safe and convenient portal at www.kopmn.org. Let's keep the conversation going and the community strong.
Hi guys, I am Brittany McLagan from St. Mary Technical in Jamaica. I want to say big up to Community Conversations.
Hey Black Child, do you know who you are? Who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey Black Child, do you know where you're going? Where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong? Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, Black Child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow, your nation will be what you want it to be.
Tonight's show is brought to you by none other than our superstar, Jeremiah. This talented cinematographer and engineer is a proud product of Dr. Juan Garcia High School in Lake Worth, Florida. Thank you so much for all you do, Jeremiah.
And let's not forget the brains behind this production. Our illustrious producer, Denia Strong, a hard-working 11th grader at Atlantic High School in Delray Beach, Florida. The multi-talented Denia plans to be a broadcast journalist in the future.
Before we wrap up, let's give a groovy shout out to our amazing community conversations classrooms. Miss Rogers, Princeton Tigers at Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys in Albany, New York.
Mrs. Schmid's Rockets at Nida Middle School in Nida, Wisconsin.
Mrs. Allen's 4th grade Thunderbolts at Northwood School in Clayton, Ohio. And I want to give a special shout out to my favorite teacher at Dreyfus School of the Arts, Miss Sainville, who is an amazing history teacher. And just because it's Black History Month, I feel like she deserves a special shout out.
And Mrs. Flores Mustangs at Los Meadows School in Pittsburgh, California. And I have a question for all of you guys. Do you want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl or the Eagles to win the Super Bowl?
First off, Super Bowl is going to be rigged. I don't care what nobody says. Travis is dating Taylor. There's no way. You remember what happened last year, right?
No.
The Chiefs won. They went into overtime and they ended up winning. So they're either gonna have to do something to rig it again. But what do you think?
I want the Eagles to win no matter what happens.
I want the Eagles to win as well, but I'm just telling you from the bottom of my heart that the Chiefs might win on the technicality that Travis is dating Taylor Swift. And
yeah.
Denia is saying Eagles and she's saying boo to the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs boo.
But hey, I'm just saying, at least we're still getting the Super Bowl because
Next week, right?
I think it's next week.
Yeah, next Sunday.
The Super Bowl is next Sunday. I'm just excited for the halftime performance. We get Kendrick and SZA. I'm just happy for that. That's the main reason I watch the Super Bowl anyways.
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean, oh my gosh?
So Jasmine, who are you rooting for?
The Eagles.
I thought you'd be going for the Dolphins. Hold up now.
The Dolphins?
The Dolphins aren't even playing in the Super Bowl.
It don't matter.
The Dolphins, I don't even consider them NFL anymore.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey,
remember now, you're in South Florida. They can ship you out.
No, they can't.
Wild.
They can ship you out.
Look, Jasmine, who's your favorite team?
The Eagles.
Mine are the New Orleans Saints.
I thought you told me your team was San Francisco before, Jasmine. It seemed like every year it changes. It was
San Francisco what? San Francisco what?
San Francisco for your favorite football team.
What's the team called?
The 49ers.
The 49ers are overrated.
Oh Lord.
Fair. I mean, hey, that's fair.
I know.
But anyways, and we want to give a special happy birthday to Reginald Jackson, Kenny Bratz, and all our fabulous students, teachers, and viewers who are celebrating this week.
By the way, Kenny Bratz is a member of the Delray Beach Police Department. Fine, Delray's finest.
Well, you heard it here. Now let's make sure he has a special birthday and keep shining bright and making our community proud. Stay tuned for more exciting updates and celebrations right here on your favorite community TV show. Now that's a wrap for this week's episode of Community Conversations. Tune in next week for another exciting dose of news about the incredible things that young people are doing both locally and globally. From all of us here, have a safe and fabulous weekend and see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in for another amazing rendition of Community Conversations. If you like what you saw tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends, families, and even acquaintances. Be sure to tune back next week for another amazing edition of Community Conversation.